So the people had said that me and King broke up. Babe, did we break up? Hey.
Broke up?
Did we break up?
When?
When we broke up?
Oh,
Wait. Babe,
when that happened?
when we break up? When we break up, y'all? When it happened?
Want to break up?
Do you want to break up? I don't want to break up. You want to break up?
Nah.
I don't want to break up. Anyway, okay, y'all. So we just checked that mark. We have never broken up. So that's a farce, a myth, a lie.
Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel, honey. Oh, welcome back. Okay, we have to talk about Quad and King because King is appearing to come out swinging just a little bit. All right, at an interview that Quad did more recently. All right, since this video that I just showed you guys, these two have indeed broken up. It was confirmed, and we'll go into a little bit of story time. I guess we'll run it back just a piece, okay, just to get into how we really got here, okay? Yes, all right. A little piece of a flashback. So, of course, rumors were swirling like early last year or some point last year saying that these two were no longer a couple. That is why that video came out for Quad to confirm that they are no longer, that they were together at that time. And they did that together, right? That was done together. However, okay, when it became official that they were no longer in a relationship, King was not about to waste no time to make an announcement together. Y'all know how most of the couples like to make an announcement together, all right, and maybe tag the other person or something like that. Nah, King decided he was gonna come out and just let it be known. I don't know what was happening between these two that he needed to go ahead and bust that bubble for the people and Quad, but let's get into how that went down. All right. Back when they confirmed, or at least when King confirmed that he and Quad had broken up, somebody said, I don't think they together no more. That's sad. Right. And so King responded that I can confirm that I left that situation, that I left that situation. So maybe he was trying to get ahead of it so that she won't try and spin a narrative that she left, and more so I'm the one that walked away from her. Now, one, it don't really matter. Y'all not together no more. Regardless of who left first, um, I don't think it matters. I don't think that. Well, I want to know. I think that Quad definitely wanted to be in that relationship with him. I mean, the lady was trying to have a child with the man. Okay, so I do believe that she definitely wanted that relationship. But as the season continued to progress, it looked like he was getting on her damn nerves. And honestly, I feel like Quad was giving up, I'm not going to say a lot of herself, but she definitely was changing and altering herself to fit and stay in that relationship, it seemed like to me. So I was thinking maybe she grew tired and was like, you know what? I don't want this no more. Right. So I don't know. Maybe I was thinking she probably could have been the one that said she didn't want it anymore, but he said, hey, he chose to walk away. And either way it go, whatever it was, y'all not together no more, right? So then somebody said, just too handsome. Quad is a lucky woman. And so King said, look, ran out. Okay. King could not wait to come to the people to let them know I'm not with that lady no more. Okay. So whatever y'all thinking it is, go over there and blow her spot up and ask her. And see, King, I feel like the fact that you came out and you had told the people that you weren't with Quad anymore makes me think that's probably not all, but part of the reason as to why her ass didn't have you at that reunion. So that you could share your piece, all right? And I know people have had mixed feelings about that. Some people feel like, no, it's over with, it's done. I brought you on my platform. No, you don't get a right to come up here and share your side of the story. And I'm like, now, if the shoe was on the other foot, a lot of y'all would want the opportunity, okay, to clear it up, honey. Be very clear about that. But also, that's the very thing in my personal, she brought him on her platform. You introduced this man and that story to the audience. So yes, the audience is now invested. And as much as they were invested in the relationship when you were in it, now that you're out of it, they want to know more about, well, what all happened. Okay. When people are going through divorces, a lot of the fans are like, what happened? Okay. They may not be obligated, but I understand why they feel obligated in wanting to know the details around it or whatever, right? But all in all, I feel like part of that was the reason why Quad did not invite his ass to that reunion or allow him to come to that reunion, because the fact that you wanted to hurry up and jump out there and let people know that we're not together, it's one thing to break up with me. It's another one to truly become an op. And that is how I think she was feeling, right? I do want us to check out a video that Heavenly did not too long ago. At that time, once King came out to let people know that he was not with Quad, Heavenly sat down with Carlos King. They had a full conversation, and that led King to come out and say even more. So let us get into that particular video. Let's check that out.
I know for a fact he was trying to get back with Quad just not too terribly long ago.
Quad and King have officially broken up. King alluded to this yesterday. He posted an image on him on Instagram. One of the images, he was shirtless. Somebody in the comments said, "Just too handsome. Quad is a lucky woman." King responded, "Luck ran out." Then another person stated, "I don't think they together anymore." King responded, "I can confirm that I left that situation." Dr. Heavenly, what are your thoughts on this? Because I remember weeks ago, the fans were attacking King online, and I asked you about it, and you talked about your growth when it comes to not speaking on people's relationships who are your real friends. And you said, "I'm Team Quad, she's my friend, and out of respect to Quad, I will not speak on it." Did you know then that's something that they were broken up?
Quad is my friend. I love my friend, but I will speak on it today because it's over with. We've been new. Like, they've been broken up for months, Carlos. They have been broken up for months. I just think that Quad is a classy lady. The way that she ended it, the way that she left that statement, I think that she's a stand-up girl, and I think that's how it should have happened. They're not married, and to me, for a man to come up under the comments, to me, you're attention seeking. Meaning that that's not the way you do things. And I know for a fact he was trying to get back with Quad just not too terribly long ago. So my thing is this. I'm not going to try to give it too much because it looked like he's trying to get attention, but I don't agree with anything he's doing. I don't like the way he's doing it. And he just, to me, for me, I have to look back at the beginning. Why was he there for the fame? And if people are there for the fame and they get a little bit of it, they can't handle it, And I know for per Quad that he's still trying to hang out with people from the show. He's trying to hang out with, Yandy's husband and stuff like that. The people that he don't even know, he wouldn't know because of Quad. Go back to where he was before. Let her go back to her life, and then they move forward purposely and in goodwill. My whole thing is, yes, they have broken up. Yes, I've been knowing for months, but yes, I think that he handled that all wrong. And I think that he definitely wants to get back with her, and he definitely wants attention. So we're not going to give him much of it.
All right, Raindrops, if you want.
All right, y'all. So y'all just pretty much heard exactly what it is that Heavenly had to say. Okay. And it was a few things. Okay. First of all, King did come back and he had some things to say to her at that time. And matter of fact, let's just get into that piece just really quickly. Let's see what King had to say at that particular time. He says, "Keep my name honest and yours stay protected. Don't use your friend." All right. At one point, Heavenly felt like he was talking about her. At least that's how we got back to her. But I think he was talking about Quad, like the whole time, like, keep my name honest. But I don't think that Heavenly said anything wrong really at the time, right? Aside from the fact, and really this isn't aside from the fact, it's more so about how King probably was looking at it. Heavenly said that Quad was the one to break it off. King feels like, no, it wasn't her, it was me. And it's like, how is that really harming your name, right? Heavenly saying that he still wants Quad. We'll get into more that Queen, I'm sorry, that not Queen, okay, ain't that something? But King put up the other day about him not reaching out to her and not having a reason to or anything. So for him, it's like, I want that lady back. Like, why you sitting up here lying? Okay, you over here trying to hype your friend up, but it's like some of it is like okay, but it's over, so it don't even matter. Like, it is what it is. Now, Heavenly saying that he's over here continuing to hang out with her friends and people that he wouldn't know had it not been for her. And some part of me is I'm conflicted a bit. I am conflicted. I'm conflicted a little piece. All right. And I know a lot of you guys are not going to agree, and that is totally fine. Just make sure it's not based on, oh, I really like Quad. I really like Quad. So like, okay, but either way, girl, do what you're gonna do. I feel like don't bring people around your friends or your associates, right? Or extended whatever, and they're around them for quite some time, and then think that these people are not going to develop friendships with them, even if y'all are not together anymore. Like, it's very, I feel like that's just what it is, especially being a celebrity, right? I feel like if you have a bunch of high profile friends, you chose to bring that person into your space. If they have partners and it happens all the time, really, with these medicine wives, for real, right? Even when Quad broke up with Dr. G, they got a divorce. The guys were still hanging out with Dr. G, whether they met the man before Quad or met him while he was with Quad and based on the show. They continued that relationship. Now, as long as their relationship, in my opinion, does not blow back and affect Quad in some capacity, have your little friendship. Okay. So I don't think you could police people's friendships. If you decide to bring them into a group of a lot of your friends and associates or whatever the case is, I'm willing to believe out of 10, at least 3 of them, 2 to 3 of them are going to maintain a friendship with that person because they don't got no issue with them. Like, we was cool. Like, whatever y'all got going on, y'all have broken up. Y'all going this way, that way. Like, it's okay. So, yeah, I guess Quad has been taking that as some sort of slight that he has been coming around hanging with her friends that she introduced them to. I'm like, I don't know. Now, I will say I saw him over there hanging with Mendices, which is Yandy's estranged partner, right? And I was a little confused, like, what you over here hanging with Mendices? But then it made sense because hell, Quad and Yandy was over there in Africa. So I'm not really surprised that these two are hanging out as I sit and I think about it, because I guess they got something in common. The women that they once were with is over here traveling, doing their thing. So let us hang out together now. Okay. Maybe they was doing that to get at the girls in some capacity, but I doubt they cared if they all the way in Africa. All right. But moving forward into what has led King more recently to address the situation about he and Quad, which I kind of feel like address it, but don't address it all at the same time. But let us hear what it is that Quad had to say about the matter.
When was the last time that Kirk has reached out to you?
It was recent, very recent, maybe a few days ago.
Saying what?
I don't.
Girl.
I
Okay.
don't. Here I don't indulge. Listen.
Did you respond back?
I don't indulge. You know, here's the thing. I'm all in when I'm all in. I'm so in. I'm so in when I'm all in. Sometimes I can even be blinded that I'm so in. So when I'm all out, when I'm out, kind of all out.
Do you, not to belabor, I'm gonna move on. Because I know you personally, when I watch these scenes, I know you, so your eyes lit up. Like anybody, like when you're around Damon, hey, you know.
And my whole voice changed.
Your whole voice changed. I'm like, that ain't the girl I talk to every Monday. Who is this? So when you said as a Taurus woman, when you're all in, you all in, and that's how Taurus women are. But sometimes when you're all in, you could be blinded. Do you feel like you have blind spots in your relationship with Kirk?
Love is beautiful.
Child, this here was a mess, just a little piece to me. Because I feel like she could have just addressed it or not addressed it at all. Right? It was given a little bit of playing semantics a little bit. When I'm in it. When I'm not, I'm out. I'm out. Like, just say I don't even want to go into details about that. It was a great relationship. When it was great, it's over. But then she said he reached out to her, but she don't indulge. I wonder if he did. Okay. He's saying no. And he could be interpreting that as, oh, he reached out to me because he wanted to get back with me, right? Whereas she's considering the fact that, no, you reached out to me because you snapped on me about something or whatever. And that's what I'm talking about. So I don't know. He's saying that he didn't reach out. Actually, he said, stop lying. That's the short. Girl, stop lying. I asked to end a relationship and haven't had a need to contact you. Stop trying to make yourself look good. With all these exclamation points. Okay? With all these exclamation points, very awkward. All right? He says these curated interviews and PR stunts are laughable. You have them in a controlled environment with your friends, not a real journalist that will question you. The performance goes on. Now, some people took this as a slight to Carlos, and I didn't really take this as a slight to Carlos, as though as though he was trying to downplay Carlos being a journalist. I think he was just trying to say this is your friend, so your friend is going to be biased to you in a sense of allowing you to get off whatever BS you want to spew to the people, not trying to pry more into questioning you to get answers about certain stuff. So, of course, you'll sit with your friend. I feel like that's what he was kind of saying. He goes on to say, and no, it wasn't mutual or amicable. Okay. This was another performance and PR stunt. Basically, it's given, I love her. All right. She was doing all this crying and stuff, didn't want me to leave. Okay. I was the one that walked away from her, so she could act all hard if she want to. Okay. Like she was the one that ended it all. That's not what happened. And then also there's a portion of this where you have to look at it from a standpoint of, because you're confused, like, dang, why he laying it on so thick like this? Like, it's okay, like y'all not together no more, whatever the case is. But also, you never know what's happening behind the scenes either. I don't know what conversations were being had. Even though people are not saying certain things publicly, doesn't mean that they haven't heard certain things from other friends and stuff. So it could be some other stuff happening behind the scenes. With this interview with Quad sitting down with Carlos, I kind of felt like it was a little bit of playing in the people's face, right? When I'm in it, I'm in it. And when I'm out, I'm really out. All the theatrics as usual. Love is a wonderful thing. Not really wanting to answer questions, but answering the questions. It's like, honestly, Quiet, I feel like you should have. As much as I understand you may not want the people in your business, I do feel like not giving them really anything after you introduced and brought these people into America's lives, I feel like you should have addressed and gave more. And the reason I say that is because if he's feeling like Carlos is not a real journalist and not answering the questions how he felt they should be answered, to me, you've opened the door now for him to go over there and interview with somebody with maybe a bigger platform, right? Sitting down with that person and opening up and talking about the things that you were not willing to talk about. And therefore, whether he's lying or not, it kind of gives him the space to shape a particular narrative of you, in my personal. Okay. So that's why I feel like you probably should have got in front of it a little bit. She did, when he did come out though and say that they weren't together. I think Quad gave it some time. I think Emily did her interview the next day, and then Quad put a statement out through TMZ. But not one time did Quad throw salt on his name. That's what I will give her. Quad has not said anything negative about that man. She may have like did a little white lie, if that's true, right? She said, if it is true, Quad was like, oh, well, he did reach out to me, but I don't indulge. I don't indulge, right? And some people may take that as, oh, he wants to be back with her. And he's like, girl, I don't want to be back with you, girl. I haven't had a reason to reach out to you. But it's like that's not that big of a deal to me. So I'm just saying, I don't think that that's enough. Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal for him to like really be coming at her. Like, she's not saying anything that makes him feel like, keep my name good and I'll keep your name honest too. And it's like, but she's not even saying nothing. So it is giving a little bit of he on the edge of his seats to expose her just a bit. I don't know if anybody else is getting that vibe, but that's what it's giving. And it's like, I kind of want her to come to the front and just give the people a little extra more about the relationship, because if not, it gives him the space to go and shape whatever narrative he wants about the relationship. But then also, I do feel like if she don't say nothing at all, that also might work in her favor too, child. I feel like at some point it may just die down. He may go over here and do this interview and say stuff, and you're gonna have people that are going to hate him for it even more, right? For even trying to do this to a woman. How dare you say these things that come down? How dare you speak on your experience in this relationship? Shame on you. You're trying to bring Quad down. Like, they're gonna be on his head, okay? So it could work against him to go and do that. And if Quad just don't even say that, continue to live your life as you have been, unbothered, not even doing anything, that could also work in her favor as well. So it may be like, let him go and do what he gonna do. It ain't got shit to do with me. And I don't even fault her for that part either. Okay. Only thing I do fault Quad for, just a piece in my personal, is not letting that man come to the reunion. Okay. And that's just that on that, child. That's just that on there. Now that's one thing, okay? That is the only thing, girl. You even sat across Gregory ass on more than one occasion at the reunion as y'all was going through y'all separation and divorce. It's like, girl, you could have sat in front of King for a little piece, or they should have just brought King out to sit amongst the guys and then take King back as right on back. Hell, y'all had Shamar there wasting his damn time. But either way, it is what it is. That's what's going on. Yeah, I'm glad Quiet's out this relationship so she can move forward and do what she want to do, because being in this relationship was what, in the words of Dr. Mimi, it was cringy. It was cringy to watch, you know? So that's that on that. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. I know y'all gonna do that anyway. Why? Because that's just how y'all is. And you know, I like when y'all do that anyway, okay? So like up the video, subscribe to the channel. Of course, I am Jamie, that's me. And you know, your girl, she gonna catch y'all in the next one, honey. Bye.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking the drama.